In this tutorial, we will be demonstrating how easy it is to manage Outlook email signatures within your virtual desktop environment using the VDI ToolKit. While we may want to manage Outlook signatures, first, you may want to create a unified email signature throughout your organization for uniformity. Many times with virtual desktop environments, this can be a pain point, especially in non-persistent environments. Lastly, you may want to be able to create custom email signatures for different teams or departments within the organization. Let's go ahead and talk about the supported file formats for templates. Currently support HTML, HTML, and text formats. And please note that RTF is not a supported format, so it will not work with RTF. Let's go over the features. First, the VDI ToolKit allows you to use a template that allows you to use any Active Directory attribute to be used in processing, including custom Active Directory attributes. You can also set both standard and reply signatures and use different templates for each. The rules engine also allows you to create rules for which templates to apply, allowing for different templates for, let's say, different teams or departments. Lastly, it also allows you to easily change your email signature organization-wide. Up next, we will demonstrate managing Outlook email signatures using the VDI ToolKit. Okay, let's get started. So what we're going to want to do is create some email signature rules, and before that, I want to just kind of go over the template and how that works. So we'll go ahead and open that. All right, so on here, if you'll notice, I got 2 folders, and in these folders contain a signature. I have 2 separate ones, and the reason being is just to show you and demonstrate with the rules how to override another signature if a default is set. Now, you'll notice I only have I have 2 forms of the signature, but I only have 1 signature file. I'm going to use that for both the new email and reply. So you could have 2 separate signatures and set them separately. I'm just going to go ahead and use the same one for both the reply and new email. Okay, so just to kind of show you those, here's the 2 signatures right here, and I just have a minor difference between the 2. This one I don't have the phone numbers, whereas this one I do. But the main thing to show here is how the template works. So if you'll notice, I have 3 open braces and 3 closed braces, and in between those I have Active Directory attributes. Now those can be custom Active Directory attributes if you want them. And so basically that's how it works, and that's how it's able to identify and process these templates and then insert those values in, is using this type of formatting. So once again, that's 3 open braces with the Active Directory attribute and 3 closed braces. Please note that Active Directory attributes are case sensitive. All right, let me go ahead and minimize this. Now there's something else we have to do. The VDI ToolKit takes the email signatures in a zip format. So we're going to want to zip those. Now you want to make sure we wouldn't zip these files here, because these are a sub. They need to actually be at the root of the zip. So we'll go ahead and highlight these, and I'll send them to a zip file, and then we'll come over here and I'll highlight these and I'll send them to a zip file as well too. Okay, so now we have those set up. Let's go ahead and open up the management console. Okay, once that's open, we can go ahead and expand it, and we can navigate to rules, session rules, and email signature. As we can see, we don't have any rules currently created, so we're going to go ahead and first create a default rule. So I'll go ahead and do that now with the name and description. I'm going to check global rule because I want this email signature rule to apply to all sessions. Now I'll go ahead and click add. Once I hit add, the rule edit window will open, and from there I can go ahead and assign a configuration. So we're going to use this for both new and replies, And let me go ahead and copy that name so I don't mess that up. So we are going to do this one first. Okay, got that copied. Paste, paste. Here we're going to enter the registry key that needs to be modified to actually set as the default signature. Please note this changes based off of versions of Outlook, and also too, it also changes if you're running a 32-bit version of Outlook on a 64-bit operating system. Okay, now that that's done, we can go ahead and upload our template. So I'm going to click the upload button here. And I have them stored right here. So we'll do this one, and there's the zip file. We'll go ahead and hit open. And now we're done. We can go ahead and hit update. And we can do a search afterwards and see that our signature rule has been created. So now we want to go ahead and test this email signature rule. So we'll go ahead and minimize this, and I will log into a virtual desktop. Okay, now that that's open, we can go ahead and first we can check that the rule applied, so we can navigate to the client and the sys tray and left click. Oops. And then we can go to rules, session modification rules. We can see we have an email signature rule. I'll go ahead and expand that. If we highlight our mouse over the name of the rule, we can get details about the rule. And I'll go ahead and expand that as well too. And it'll actually show us which email signature template is being used. And then I can highlight the mouse over it and get details about that as well. Okay, so now let's go ahead and test it out and make sure that it did it properly. Okay, so let's go ahead and test a new email. And as we can see here, we have our email signature, and that is the one without the name. Or without the phone numbers. And that was for a new email. And then we can also reply to an email, and we could see right here that it added it to the reply as well. So what I want to do next, and I'll go ahead and log off of this session. What I want to do next is go ahead and show you how to override that rule. So we'll come back here, and now we want to create another rule. Let's say for the same user that we're logging in with, but we want a different email signature. So I'll give it a name and a description. Okay, once that's done, I'm not going to check global rule this time because I want it to only apply to this user. So I'm going to hit add. Once we hit add, we're going to get the rule edit window again, but this time we'll notice that we have an opportunity to add qualifiers because it's not a global rule. So for more information on qualifiers and how those work with rules, please watch the tutorial on rules. So I'm going to go ahead and just add any qualifier, and I'll add an Active Directory user, and I'm going to add the user I've been logging in with, which is VDI ToolKit user. I will then come to configuration, and I'm going to check both of these, and I will copy just so I don't mess this up. All right, got that copied. Paste, paste, and H key. And I will go ahead and upload the signature template file. And this time we're going to use this one. That's complete. I also need to give this rule a higher weight so it overrides the other. So the default rule, we had a weight of 0. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one just a weight of 1. Once that's done, everything's complete. We can go ahead and click update. And afterwards, I'll do a search here just to make sure that the rule has populated and I can see it. So now we need to test that one. So I'll go ahead and minimize this and log back into a virtual desktop. Oops. There we go. Okay, once logged in, same as before, we can go ahead and check in the client in the sys tray, just make sure our rule applied. And I can go to rules, expand session modification rules. We could see we had 2 email signature rules apply. That was the default and the specialized that we created. And if we actually expand default, we'll see a red X here. And if we highlight our mouse over, it'll tell us why it was ignored, which was there was another email signature rule that had a higher priority. So we can go ahead and take here and expand this, and we can see that's what it's been set to, which is the new specialized rule that we created. So that rule overrode the other one since it had a higher weight. So we'll go ahead now and test it, and I can open up Outlook. Once Outlook's open, we can go ahead and do a new email, and we can see now I have the phone numbers here. If I close that and do a reply, we can also see again, it's the newer updated signature with the phone numbers. Okay, so that pretty much sums that up. I hope you found this tutorial useful, and thank you.